What's up, folks? How's everyone doing today? Just got off the phone with Juan. I've been talking to a lot of people. Can you all hear me? Am I coming in loud and clear? I had problems with my computer. Let me try to do something here. Is that a little better? I had problems with my computer while I was out of town, and I was like, I think it just, honestly, I thought it took a big shit on me, and it was over. I was like, I have to go get a new computer. I think I fixed it. Give me a thumbs up if it looks good. I'm going to give Juanito a call here in about 2 minutes. He's going to say hello to everybody. He's going to be the general in the general's tent November 2nd to help us prepare for what's coming. I also have John Carmen October 29th. Folks, they're going in for a power grab. And they're not going to just hand over the keys to the key. As much as you want to believe, they're just going to, everything's going to be fine and dandy and fair. Sorry, not going to happen. That's not the way this is going to work. Which I would love it to. I would love to be wrong on this, and I would love to be like, it's a landslide victory, and all of us get to go home and hug our children and parents and celebrate. Not going to happen. Not in my mind. Nobody's mind that I'm talking to. Not going to happen. So we are on high alert right now. The next 15 days to the next, I'm going to say next 6 months to a year is going to be pretty damn wild. But really the next 15 days to the next, I would say we are in the red hot zone for the next 3 months. So a power grab is coming. It's going to be big, and it's going to be, could it be a cyber attack? Could it be all in one? Israel gets attacked by Iran. They need to do whatever means necessary to halt and stop this, because it's getting out of hand for them, and they need control. They need control of the dark side. That's what's going to happen, folks. It's plain as day, and anybody who can read can see, or anybody who can see, anybody can see it. You know what I'm trying to say, right? You know what I'm trying to get at. Oh, boy. I got good sleep last night for once, thank God. And I think, I don't know, I think my mind works better when I don't get a lot of sleep. Person, Nino, and family caring for your aging folks is excruciating and tiresome. Oh, it's folks, I'm like trying to deal with it every day, and I feel like I'm in an insane asylum. It's tough. With everything else, it's horrendous. Folks, you can Venmo me, �D-Rod1977, �D-Rod1977. When the lights go out on Amazon, I always push the books. When the lights go out on Amazon, please leave an honest review. Then my mama's book, The Mexican Mix. Please leave an honest review for her. And I still read them to her. Folks, got to set the ghetto timer. Ghetto timer, folks, right there. Set the ghetto timer. Well, let's get started. You don't want to miss this. I'll be calling Juanito in 2 minutes. All right, folks, morning kick, Chuck Norris. Have you ever wondered what happened to the legendary Chuck Norris? Well, I recently saw a video he made, and I was shocked. He's in his 80s and still kicking butt and working out and staying active. What's even more shocking is he's stronger, can work out longer, and even has plenty of energy left over for his grandkids. He did this by making just one change, folks. He says he still feels like he's in his 50s. His wife even started doing this one thing, too, and she's never felt better. She says she feels 10 years younger and her body looks leaner, and she has energy all day long. I wonder what they use that energy for. Chuck made a special video that explains everything. Make sure you watch it by going to the chuckdefense.com/Nino, or by clicking on the link below this video. It will change the way you think about your health. Once again, that's chuckdefense.com/Nino, and click on the link in the description below to watch the video now. You won't believe how simple it is. Just a reminder, the legendary Chuck Norris is a whopping 84. He's 84 years old. That's about the time I saw my mom and dad take the turn. When they went hard left in their aging. And yet he has more energy than me. He discovered he could create dramatic changes to his health simply focusing on 3 things that sabotage our body as we age. Watch his method by clicking on the link below, folks. Click on it and get started on Chuck Defense. All right. Jeez, man. None of my pens work. Do you guys appreciate the fact that I'm not very polished at this? I don't really. I prepare, but I I ad-lib everything. I don't have any script when I come on here. So I'm sure you all can tell very easily. Okay, so I'm going to call Juanito right now, but first I'm going to get into the Spotify Nino's Corner, Telegram Nino's Corner, Getter Nino's Corner, Rumble Nino's. Get to Rumble, folks. Get to my Rumble. You got to ask yourself, why is George S? You know, when I say George S, don't even put his name in the fucking his name is hot on FluffTube, but George S. Sor, you know what I'm talking about? Why did he buy those 200 news stations or networks? 200 of them to control the narrative. So I'm gonna just pause on that for a second. Prayers and hugs for the spirit of your family. Thank you so much. Finished your mom's book. Loved it. Wow, really? Thank you. Wow, thank you very much. Will you please leave a review on there? Seth Munson. Thank you. Wow, Seth. Thank you so much. Truth Social, David Rodriguez Boxer. Instagram, ninoscorner.tv. X Nino Boxer. My X is starting to grow now. PatriotWear.com. Bing, right there, folks. I got shirts. I got shirts all day long. Look at this right here. Boom, baby. I'll be wearing these I'll be wearing these. I'll be wearing these everywhere. I got that one. Hey, yo, I got this one. I like to sell t-shirts. It's a Black Sheep family right here. You can get these at PatriotWear.com. I got this one right here as well. Black Sheep families, folks. Show this. You know what? Wear these at the rally. Show them you're part of the Black Sheep. All right. Let's give Juanito a call real quick. Let's see if he answers. Sometimes he's. When I called him, I think he was in the bathroom. Don't you hate when your phone freezes? And like my iPhone's always freezing on me. I hope I do it the getaway, so hopefully y'all can hear him. Can you guys hear Juanito loud and clear?
Holy flaming cow farts, Nino.
Hey, so Juanito, I guess everyone can hear.
Nino, what's going on?
No, man. Yes, no, yes, no. Damn it, man. Please turn up. All right, can you hear him now?
Give me a break. Oh my gosh, how could they not hear me this time of the morning?
Well, Juanito, you'll be the general in the general's tent November 2nd, correct?
Does that mean the other ones are all hiding in their bunkers because it's getting scary?
Oh, it's getting scary. We're getting ready.
So
we're going in.
I'm the only one that won't be in his bunker. I'll be out there in the world talking to you.
Yep. Well, I know you're hunkering down. I mean, you're not really traveling as much as you did.
Well, I that's not exactly accurate. I'm just not at most of the public places, but just in the last, 5 days, I think I've probably gone 4,000 or 5,000 miles, and I expect I have to go a pretty fair chunk over the next 4 or 5 days also. So, we have business to get done that we have to stay on lots of different fronts. And certainly the stuff I have going on, with election stuff in the background is keep me as busy as can be. So it's not so much that I'm not traveling. I'm just not at certain things.
I have a question for you. Is it better to vote early or go the day of? And be very vague on this.
Well, when you vote early, it gives the opportunity for algorithms to do their work and anticipate where things are going. So we have about a dozen states right this second where, because of the way that we have tracking systems in, we see these algorithms coming into play that weren't understood previously. We knew there was stuff there, we just didn't understand as well as we do now. And so that has helped us. And there is a lot of concern because there's several, not just one, potential haymaker punches that could happen right in the last week. And all of a sudden, maybe things aren't working right.
Right. So a cyber type of attack, correct?
Well, it's, think of some of the states where ballots didn't fit in the machine right, couldn't be read right. And, there's all sorts of mischief. It's not just one thing. We have over 50 different ways that things can be disrupted in the vote. So it's very local. And
all right, well, let's talk more. Are we gonna do a show today, Juanito?
Yeah, let's do a show.
All right, folks.
I've got pumpkins and chickens that are anxious to get their day in the sunshine.
Am I meeting you pretty soon in the next couple of days, or are we doing that, or no?
I have some things that are contingent on what happens tomorrow morning.
Okay.
And that will determine which directions that I still have to go, and that would affect what's coming up later in the week. And but I'd love to. That'd be a blast. And,
okay. Then let's go. Let's try to get a dinner. Let's go.
I'll try to maneuver them a little bit because and of course I have to talk to my manager.
Okay. All right, Juanito. I'll call you later. Okay, be ready.
Yeah, everybody just hey. Take the edge off. You have permission to get a cookie. You need right now.
I need more than a cookie.
This is one of those moments. I keep a stash of an emergency cookie somewhere just in case things go haywire, and I can keep the blood sugar at a nice even level. Drama's afoot.
All right, Juanito. I'll call you in a little bit. Let's get it. Let's knock it out. All right. Later.
All right.
All right, we'll go way more into this on ninoscorner.tv, folks. ninoscorner.tv. Juan, I'm bringing him on a second time. I'm doing a double header on Nino's Corner because the circumstances. Next 15 days, I've been briefed. Next 15 days are going to be crucial. Not what I could talk about on here, but I'm going to say that power grab coming. They are not going to just hand over the keys to the kingdom so easily. Not going to happen. So I suggest get to ninoscorner.tv. That's going to be your news before it's news. I'm just going to tell you that right now. We'll be going through all of it. I have John Carmen up there right now, United States Secret Service under Carter and General Ford. Great guy. He really needs everyone's help right now. I put his Venmo up there. He's kind of in a sticky situation. And ring the ring bell. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Quentin B. Did you get your present? Yo, everyone send gifts to my P.O. box. I forgot what 9261 is it? Geez, my memory's terrible. The punches to the head, I'm telling you, it does something to the brain. It works on the brain, does something to the brain. So ninoscorner.tv, folks, I got 𝗬𝗏. I got The Ghost coming back up. I got to get him up again. He's talking about mass casualties events that are coming. General Tent doubleheader, John Carmen, October 29th, and 𝗬𝗏, November 2nd. You're going to want to be there to hear these out. These two gentlemen. Actually, John Carmen is talking about an event to propel us into World War III before November 5th. That's what he's saying. And we discussed, could there be a Jesus hologram for the second coming? Coming through the clouds. Folks, I don't put anything past these people. I mean, is it going to come before the alien invasion, after? I don't know, man. I lay it out for you all to play it out. All right? I just know what's in my heart. I pray to God. I trust Jesus Christ. I think I'll know the difference. I think we all will. So, folks, I mean, you just got to use your discernment. And I lay it out for you all to play it out. Deanna Solzinger, thank you so much. Folks, in case the lights go out, I would suggest getting Starlink. Now, that's something I'm investing in. I'm putting it up today. I'm going to be switching to Starlink, and I would highly suggest getting Starlink. Now, that's just what I've been told. I also have Lynn Hagerman and Kathy O'Brien coming on talking about MK Ultra stuff. That's going to be up. Larry Ballard's up there right now. I might be putting him up on Rumble later. I got David Wilcock coming back on, where we're going to discuss when he comes back on. I really like David Wilcock. I think he's a genius of our time. I really, I was a big fan of his back in the day, and now I can say he's a personal friend. How weird is that? It's a strange thing. This is a strange world. So David Wilcock should be coming back on. I got Mel K coming on. I've got a lot of folks. I got some big guests coming on. Really big guests, but I don't like to say their names just in case they pull out on me and I don't look like an idiot. It's just one of those things. A lot of people try to pull out on the Nino. They're scared. They're scared of 𝗬𝗏𝗏. They're scared because nobody controls 𝗬𝗏𝗏. Nobody. And a lot of you, but Juan's your handler. No, he's not. He's a friend. He's just a friend. And I take what he says, I take a lot of what he says seriously because he's been right about a lot of things. Sure, everyone's wrong time to time, but he's batting pretty damn good. It's purely instincts, the people that I bring on. This guy's good for my audience. This guy's a shitbag. If I bring a shitbag on, I let my audience figure that out on their own. But to be quite honest with you, I think we're going to have some financial issues. I don't know if you guys are getting XRP or if you're getting Bitcoin, what you're investing in. I know gold and silver is the way to go. Noble gold is what I always push on here. But folks, seriously, you should be preparing right now. And if you're not, start now. I'm even behind the ball in some certain things. I need to get an extra freezer to store some meat because I'm a meat eater. Sancho likes the meat. Sancho likes the tacos. You know what I'm saying? All right, folks, you might want to turn it down or turn it up, baby. Yeah, here we go. You guys like my new hat? Yeah. I'm starting to run sprints on the treadmill now. That's pretty nice. I picked it up. I'm doing a sprint. To me is like an 8.5 to a 9 on the treadmill, and I keep that going for about a quarter mile. And I'm starting to pick up my endurance, so I'm going to start trying to chisel up and start looking really good for the ladies now. Actually, I have a good lady right now, but I got to tell you this. Sancho, he's a community. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Oh, boy. I'm trying to change my ways in life. I'm going to get baptized. It's pretty crazy. The pastor called me last night. He's like, are we going to do this? And I was like, huh. And he was just on my mind. So I'm going to go see him probably tonight or tomorrow. We're going to set up the baptism. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do it. I'm going to get dunked in water. I'm going to get dunked in water. And I'm going to be cleansed of my sins, of Sancho's sins, because Sancho has a lot of sins. I don't know. I hope he can. I sometimes even wonder about that. All right, folks, you might want to turn it down or turn it up. Yeah. Coming at you live from the apocalypse, baby. Yeah. That's so unnecessary. Why does he need to do that? I start listening to him, and then he starts that, and he does that, and I have to turn him off. It's horrible. It hurts my ears. All right, folks. Let's get into this. So I eat your Snickers. All right, folks. Here we go. 3 national security sources have confirmed that intelligence agencies widely anticipate a nationwide 9/11 style cyber attack against the U.S. I don't know, around November 5th, maybe. Got to say it like that. And by the way, I've been seeing a lot of predictive programming, and I call it predictive programming. Whenever 60 Minutes or whenever one of these networks puts something out, I go, oh, what are they getting ready to do? So when I watch them, I'm thinking to myself, what are they planning? So 60 Minutes had something on about those people in World War II that went off to those camps, and it was I'm just saying. Don't be surprised. It's all part of the conditioning. Can it make it to get you guys to go like, oh, it's just so terrible what they did to them, and then something happens again, and then you're like, oh well, oh my, we got to get behind them. We have got to get behind them, Susan. Did you see that the story on 60 Minutes? It's so bad what happened to all of them. It's so terrible. So when it happens again, you're already in bed. See what I'm saying? That's how this shit works. Now, I'm not saying that it's bad. I have a lot of those people. Fuck, I can't even say who they're. I have a lot of friends. I love them all. Okay, so I love all people the same, and I hate all people the same. I don't see a color or a creed or an orientation. I have gay friends. I have straight. I have whatever. I have black friends. I have Mexican friends, and I make fun of all of them the same. None of them escaped the wrath of Nino. But I'm self-deprecating. Whatever. I make fun of myself too. So you know, it's kind of like one of those things. So could something happen to Israel to distract us from November? Something incredibly massive to distract the entire world and take attention away from the most important day of America? I think so. And I have a bet with 𝗬𝗃𝗶𝗹. I'm not going to let you off the hook that easy. Now, let me clarify. Something either happened before or it won't finish. Your commitment to this cause is truly admirable. Keep up the good fight. You're making a difference, and it's appreciated more than you. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. I do everything off passion, and I do everything off my heart. I don't do anything, even boxing. Everyone said, why do you want to box? Get your head beat in. I was like, I don't know. I have some demons I got to work through, and that's the direction I'm going. And I did that. And I was one of the best. And actually, I still believe there's nobody that hit harder than me. Not me. Not as hard as me. I'm telling you, folks. Yep, I'm saying it right here. Nobody hit harder than me. I would say I would put myself with a George Foreman, Mike Tyson in that league. With my left hook was deadly. My right hand too. Although I needed to work on my uppercut more. I've had some knockouts with my uppercut, but my left hook and right hand were just boom, over. You're out. You're gone. So the word is this. Nobody sees how. So world leaders right now, by the way, are calling Mr. T because they foresee him getting in one way or another. So let me just say that again. World leaders right now from what I've heard, are calling Mr. T because they believe that he's going to get in one way or another. So they know something now. They're like, you know what? This is going in a direction nobody can deny. It's going to get rough for America for a little while. It's going to get ugly. They're going to try to pull all the stops. They're going to pull the plug on many different things. But America has woken up. We have woken up the sleeping giant. Americans are awake. Let me say that again. Americans are awake. So whatever happens, we're all going to be like, we see the guy behind the curtain. You're not fooling us. See what I'm saying? See, huh? So nobody can see how Mr. T cannot win. So a lot of you are saying, yeah, but they're going to do this. They're going to do that. Yeah, they are. But that's what's going to make this so important for America and Americans. Is that, are we going to band together or are we going to just fall apart? You need to understand that. Are we going to band together or fall apart during this time? And folks, and a lot of you might come back at me if it's a landslide victory and be like, you were wrong. You were wrong about this. You were wrong about that. I'm not psychic. I'm just going off my instincts and what my guests tell you and me. So I'm just, if it's a landslide and we all go home happy, fuck, I'll be so happy. But let me ask you this, folks. In your mind, common sense, do you really think that's going to happen? Do you? I want to know. I really want to know. Do you think that's going to happen? Do you think it's just going to be fine and dandy and everyone's going to go home happy? Do you really think that's going to happen? Or even if that does happen, do you think they're just going to hand over the keys to the kingdom to him and say, all right, good game. You fought your heart out, kid. Smack him on the ass and say, go get him. I don't fucking think so. I'm expecting a massive turbulence that will test the American people to its core. I'm in agreement with Juan on this one, and there will be some kind of halt or pause before or during. The ghost seems to believe in a mass casualty event that will happen maybe before. Could that happen? 𝗀𝗃𝗁𝗃. Yeah, I love 𝗀𝗃𝗁𝗃. John Carmen believes something will happen that will propel America into World War III. So everyone is hedging their bets, and I'm going to get into that in a second. They're all watching America right now. The entire world is watching America right now. Thank you, Deborah. The entire world's watching America right now. So much so that they're taking bets right now overseas. And I think Nino's casino is open, or Sancho's casino. Here's the thing, though. You're betting against the globalist house. You're betting against the casino. You all know that, right? That's who we're betting against. We're betting against the house here. And I like my odds. I'm going to go for it. So Nino's casino is open. Let's make the bets right now. Everybody, let's make a bet with Nino. Before we do so, will you please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, because you're going to need it. You're going to need it coming in through this hellfire. I believe in God, and I believe David whooped Goliath's ass with just a rock and a slingshot. Folks, I fought a lot of fighters that were better boxers than me. You know, everyone knows I didn't have much. I didn't really depend on my jab much. I was a power puncher. But I knew once I landed that it was called 𝗬𝗏𝗶𝗹. My friends, my body punch, I knocked out 16 people with my body punch. And then also I would hit the liver just right. Bam! Hit that liver. Boy, cabrón, they'd go down. And then that left hook, good night, you're asleep for a long time. I knocked guys out for 20 minutes at a time, taking off on stretchers, giving oxygen. That's the power I possess in my fist. And I'm going to tell you that. I fought better fighters that could box better than me. Everybody knows I was a brawler. Pero I could move on my legs, pero they had some better punches. They had some better boxing ability than me. But I had power. I had a lot of power. And that's all we need is the slingshot and the stone. And we are going to win. We have God, right? We have God. We have God. And I also believe the military will do the right thing when called upon them. By the way, you know what I think Elon is doing with his registered vote lottery giveaway? I think he's creating a database to go against these people. So I think there's genius in this. You know, I think he's giving away $1 million or something like that to anyone who, I think, what is it, $47 a registered voter or something crazy. I'll read the article in a second, but I think he's creating a database. That way he can have the proof right there and say, not so fast, not so fast. Do you get what I'm saying? Give me a thumbs up if you understand what I'm saying here. So hold on one second. I get kind of confused here. Large bets in election prediction market are coming from overseas, sources say. So you want to make a bet on the election? I love to bet. I love to gamble. So 4 accounts on crypto-based prediction market, Polymarket, that placed large bets on former President Donald Trump winning the 2024 election and have been the subject of much online speculation, are owned by non-Americans or a non-American, according to a source familiar with the matter on Friday. Opinion polls indicated a likely close match between Trump and Vice President Kamala in the vote on November 5th. However, the odds have changed and they diverged on Polymarket, with Trump pulling strongly ahead at 60% chance of winning versus Harris's 40% chance. Fucking whatever. That's being very considerate. The trade was driven by 4 accounts that placed more than $30 million worth of bets, according to the source, confirming an earlier story on the Wall Street Journal. Political pundits and social media users have questioned whether specific high-profile Americans could be behind the moves. But Polymarket does not allow Americans to make U.S. election bets on the exchange. And the source confirmed that Polymarket's users are international. The source said the company certifies all its large traders to ensure they are not logging in via VPNs to obscure which country they are in. Reuters could not immediately determine if 4 accounts represent a single trader or many. So, I don't know. Y'all going to make a bet? I know Trump buys McDonald's. I don't eat McDonald's. I don't eat that shit. Although every now and then I do crave them. What? I used to love their quarter pounders with cheese, double quarter pounder with cheese. Fuck, that's so good. But hey, have you guys ever seen that video where they take a torch to one of the burgers and nothing happens to it? It doesn't even melt. Have you guys seen this? So what do you think it's doing in your stomach? Have you guys seen this? Have you guys seen that video where there's a dude that takes a blowtorch to a burger and nothing happens to it? I don't know. I saw that. And I'm like, I'm out the door on this one. I'm never eating that crap. So early vote. So check this out, folks. Listen to this garbage. And this is why I'm not doing the early vote thing. This is just why I'm not. But maybe they know something we don't. I know Mr. T says to go early vote. I don't, man, just trust your own instincts on this. Early voting has begun in states across the country where voters are able to cast their ballots either in person or via mail. Some states provide details about the early votes that are cast, including partisan divisions and age of voters, as well as voting method. Vice President Kamala's campaign has pushed for Democrat voters to utilize early voting more aggressively, seen as a tactic to help bank votes ahead of Election Day, while former President Donald Trump has been critical of early voting. His campaign and the Republican Party have also been pushing their voters to cast early ballots. So get this. Listen to these numbers. Republicans, 13,717,138 mail-in and early in-person votes cast nationally. But wait. Hold on. Wait a second here. Democrats, 43,251,729 mail-in and early in-person votes requested already. So does that tell you what's happening here? That should. So a lottery or database to be used to combat the you-know-what, in my opinion, with Elon Musk. So clearly illegal. Top election attorney accuses Elon Musk of breaking the law with 1 million lottery-style giveaway to PA voters, Pennsylvania voters. A top election law expert says Elon Musk is breaking the law by giving away 1 million to a number of registered voters in Pennsylvania and other swing states who sign his PAC's petition. So they're already coming at Elon. At a rally in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, Saturday, Musk announced plans to give out 1 million per day up until the election to signers of a platform who signed the petition from his American PAC, pledging to uphold the right to free speech and the right to bear arms. However, per the terms set out at the petition link, the giveaway is only open to registered voters in the 7 swing states. To be eligible, both the referrer and the petition signer must be registered voters of Arizona, Georgia, Michigan, Nevada, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, or Wisconsin, the fine print of the petition states. All right, folks, you know what that buzz sound was? That was time for Canoladine. All right, let's do this. If you suffer from any daily pain, I need you to listen to this message very carefully. What we know about the root cause of pain is changing forever. As we age, aches and pains are natural, and we're all searching for that effective way to relieve pain without side effects or addiction. Let's be frank. We all have seen the horrors of the opiate crisis. You may have been affected personally, and that's where a pioneering medical scientist comes in, Clint Winters. You may have seen this world-renowned health expert featured in the national media as he's unveiled a natural pain reliever that is taking the world by storm. Yes, I'm talking about Canoladine, the 100% drug-free way to get full body pain relief without dangerous pills. As you listen to this, canola has become the go-to pain reliever for over 1 million Americans and hundreds of professional athletes. It is so powerful, it's even used extensively by UFC fighters, and those guys know a thing or two about pain. Now get this. Clint explains how canola is the only compound on earth that optimizes your body's natural painkillers called endorphins at any age. When taken daily, your body will fire back to relieving pain like you were in your prime in just days. And let me tell you, I was skeptical, but it works. I have tried virtually everything, and I have not felt this great in years. It's like all my daily aches and pains just faded away. My back, my neck, my joints, my muscles, my neck, and my crack. All feel great and renewed. Best of all, canola does not make me feel the least bit groggy or drugged up. I feel great, alert, and focused to take on the day ahead. And the best news is canola has no documented side effects after 14 years of extensive testing. Hear me when I say this. Canola is absolutely the future of pain relief. So if you're dealing with pain, make sure to click on the link below and check out Clint's amazingly informative report on 100% made American canola. The innovation is changing lives by providing safe and powerful relief at 1/10 the cost of pain pills. Whew. Now, here's the best part. If you click on the link below today, you can access the only canola product in the world for less than $1 a day. Hit the link below and get started. It's good until midnight tonight, until I read this tomorrow or the next day, whatever. So you are days away from finally being pain-free, folks. Get on it. Oh, man. Maybe I should get into auctioneering cars. I've been thinking about that. Hey, all right. So I think this lottery that Elon is doing, he's creating a database. That's what I think he's doing. And so a UCLA law professor, Rick Hazen, in a post on his election law blog site Saturday night, argued that because registering to vote is required provision for eligibility, Musk is breaking the law with his gambit. Though maybe some of the other things Musk was doing were murky legally, this one is clearly illegal. Gee, what is the other side do? What's the dark side doing? You want to talk about that for a second, buddy? Although there's no way to prove it. So he's saying he's quoted from the DOJ Election Crimes Manual, which defines a bribe as anything having monetary value, including cash, liquor, lottery chances, and welfare benefits such as food stamps. The manual added, for an offer or a payment to violate Section 10307, it must have been intended to induce or reward the voter for engaging in one or more acts necessary to cast a ballot. So get ready for them. Get ready for the dark side to go after Elon in this. But like I said, I think he's creating. Give me a thumbs up if I make sense here. Because I think I make a lot of sense. Pennsylvania Governor Shapiro, law enforcement should take a look at Elon Musk's voter payments. Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro said Sunday that tech mogul Elon Musk's plan to give money to register voters in Pennsylvania is deeply concerning, and it's something that law enforcement should take a look at. Thank you so much, Anthony Hummer. Shapiro's comments on NBC News Meet the Press came one day after Musk announced in Pennsylvania that every day until Election Day, he would give $1 million to a random registered voter who signs a petition circulated by every day. He's doing this every day. Every day until election. He's going to make a lot of millionaires. Damn. Fuck. That's pretty impressive. So Trump kicks off Pennsylvania rally by talking about Arnold Palmer's genitalia. Really? Donald Trump's campaign suggested he would begin previewing his closing argument Saturday night with Election Day barely 2 weeks away. But the former president kicked off his rally with a detailed story about Arnold Palmer, at one point even praising the late legendary golfer's genitalia. He's hung like a donkey. So Trump was campaigning in Latrobe, Pennsylvania, while Palmer was born in 1929 and learned how to golf from his father, who suffered from polio and was head pro and greenskeeper at the local country club. So politicians saluting Palmer in his hometown is nothing new, but Trump spent 12 full minutes doing so at the top of his speech and even suggested how much fun that night would be if Palmer, who died in 2016, could join him on stage. Arnold Palmer was a man. And I say that in all due respect to women. Trump said, this guy, this is a guy that was all man. You have not met Sancho yet. Oh, boy. Sancho, el burro. Okay. Trump senior advisor Jason Miller told reporters before that speech that Trump planned to preview his closing argument against Vice President Kamala Harris and to starting to get into framing. Candidates have traditionally used their final days on the campaign trail to sum up for their electoral why they deserve to win, but instead, Trump chose to talk about Arnold Palmer's genitalia. Of course, I'm reading a liberal syndicate here. Man, they're reaching for everything, huh? They're going for everything they can. So, did you all see the? Did you all see the skit with Molly Shannon? Is it Molly Shannon, the one that's on Saturday Night Live, the one that Kamala did? And here's my thing: she didn't even show up to this. What was it? The Al Smith dinner. So she pre-taped her jokes, and she did it with SNL's Molly Shannon. And here's my thoughts on this. This lady can't even be in the same room with Trump. That's how disgruntled and agonizing it is for her, because her spirit cannot be around a great spirit. And I have you ever been around someone who's just like, spirit recognizes spirit in my mind, and I feel like the evilness cannot be around a great man. And that's really what I see. That's how I see it. I feel like they start going, yeah, and they start retracting. Yeah, what is this? It seems he believes in God. I just, that's how I see it. I think she just cannot be around him because it affects her so much. And I'm sure if she was there, she'd catch on fire and start smelling of sulfur. So, cringe-worthy, historically bad Kamala Harris Al Smith dinner video performance mercilessly mocked. Disrespectful, what the fuck, cringe-worthy, and historically bad were just some of the immediate responses on X to Vice President Kamala's taped video performance or appearance at the Al Smith dinner on Thursday. You mean she couldn't even go to this? Former President Donald Trump was the only presidential candidate to show up at the dinner. Harris was the first Democrat candidate to skip the dinner since 1984, raising the question of why she would skip a bipartisan event as she tries to frame herself as a unity candidate. So why'd she skip this? I'm going to tell you right now, I really believe that's why. She can't stand to be around this guy. She starts melting. So Harris opted to just send a pre-recorded video that turned into a skit that received almost zero laughs. From the audience. Zero laughs. The skit, which mocked Catholics, really, included a Saturday Night Live comedian to fill the video's airtime. Wow. So she needed Molly Shannon there to help her out. Comedian Molly Shannon, maybe you don't say anything negative about Catholics. Harris says, I would never do that, no matter where I was. That would be like criticizing Detroit in Detroit. Shannon, does it bother you that Trump guy insults you all the time? Because it really bothers my friends of me, my friends and me. Harris, oh, Mary Catherine. It's very important to always remember you should never let anyone tell you who you are. You tell them who you are. Haters gonna hate. Shake it off. Is she like that would appeal to like a 12-year-old, right? Like if someone heard that, oh yeah, hate 12, like a 12-year-old would watch that and be like, oh, that makes sense. Let's get to World War III news. U.S. investigates leak of Pentagon documents on Israel's plans to attack Iran. Remember, I said something's going to happen with Israel. I feel it. I know you all feel it too. Pentagon's classified documents were posted publicly online over the weekend and deal with Israel's preparations for an attack against Iran. The leak is very worrying. Who leaks this shit? An American official told CNN, remember, nothing happens by accident, folks. None of this shit happens by accident, which confirmed the documents are authentic. The U.S. has opened an investigation into the leak of the Pentagon's classified documents that deal with Israel's preparations for an attack against Iran. 3 sources familiar with the details told CNN. One of them also confirmed to the network that the leaked documents are authentic. The U.S. has opened an investigation. Oh, I already read that. The documents were first published on Telegram, and at the end of the week, they were posted online. According to the documents dated October 15th and October 16th, the Israel Air Force recently conducted exercises and rehearsals in preparation for an attack against Iran. I've been seeing, so I'm next to Fort Bliss here, and I'm next to Holloman Air Force Base in New Mexico, and I've been seeing tons of jets flying around. And I was just in San Antonio, and up there as well, I'm seeing jets race across the skies. So I think plans and preparations are happening right now. I've been seeing them everywhere. I'll go outside and I hear the should I just see them? I'm like, man, something's getting ready to go down, homies. So that's how I'm seeing it. One of the documents states that according to the analysis of various images, the Air Force conducted exercises with air-launched ballistic missiles, ALBMs, including at least 16 Golden Horizon missiles and 40 ROCKs, or ISO-2 missiles. The documents also discuss covert drone activity and extensive deployment drills. It also reports on secret UAV activity and claims that the Air Force conducted a second large-scale deployment exercise between October 15th and 16th. The report also states that during those days, actively related to air-to-surface missiles were observed at the Ramat David and Ramon Air Force bases. Why would they leak this? See, to me, I'm like, I think they're just, I think to spin it, to make the narrative, to create the narrative. I've never seen so much telegraphing. Have you? It just seems like they're telegraphing every move now. Breaking news: the U.S. and Canadian warships passed through the Taiwan Strait. So it's saying here 5 million, and I don't know if you guys saw this, 5 million mercenaries dressed up like civilians will be invading America over the next 90 days, allegedly. The cartels have now authorized their soldiers to bing, bing, bing. U.S. law enforcement and National Guard, allegedly. China, Xi calls for troops to prepare for war. He thought, So Chinese President Xi Jinping called this week for troops to strengthen the preparedness of war. Xi made his comments while visiting Brigade of the People's Liberation Army Rocket Force. So the military should comprehensively strengthen training and preparation for war and ensure troops have solid combat capabilities. So China is getting ready to get the crazy stuff. They're going to be very sneaky. Iran proxies tried to assassinate me and my wife, Netanyahu says, after drone strike on his residence. So it's picking up everywhere. And I'm going to bet that something happens within the next 15 days. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has essentially accused Iran of trying to assassinate him after a drone sent from Hezbollah struck his private residence outside of Tel Aviv Saturday morning. The attempt by Iran's proxy Hezbollah to assassinate me and my wife today was a grave mistake, he said in an English statement on social media. This is the first time since the beginning of the war that a target affiliated directly with Netanyahu has been hit. So I guess they hit his house. Axios reported, though details of the extent of damage have been scant. Neither he nor his wife or family had been present at the residence when the attack on the upscale neighborhood occurred. Israel's military appeared to be tracking the drone, which traveled some 70 kilometers from Lebanon, but anti-air defenses appeared to have failed. Oh, man, they keep failing, huh? With not so much as warning signs going off. Some unverified reports are saying it was an Iranian Shahed 101 drone, which was briefly filmed at some point in the skies over the Tel Aviv area. I think I saw videos on this. I think people were recording this drone just flying, and it was going to Netanyahu's house. Maybe next time they should come in disguise like they're going to deliver pizzas. LA Catholic Church covered decades. The price, $1.5 billion, and so much pain. The payout reflects its rank as the largest archdiocese of the nation with more than 4 million members and a Catholic law that gave accusers more time to file suit. It also underscores the failures of church leaders to identify and prevent them from committing more crimes. Did you all know I was an altar boy? I was an altar boy for about 3 years. And now I'm wondering, was it because they didn't find me attractive? The bill reflects its rank as the largest archdiocese in the nation and with more than 4 million members and a California law that gave accusers more time to file suit. But attorneys and others who have been involved in more than 2 decades of litigation say it also is an indication of the failures of church leaders to identify priests and prevent them from committing more crimes. Here's how I look at it. You gravitate to shit like this. So any of you that, a lot of people think, well, I'm not sending my kid to public schools. I would think you should homeschool him, to be honest with you. But it's almost like you're sending them to the lion. A lot of you say, well, I'm going to send him to Catholic school. Well, to me, that's like sending them to the lion's den. It's like diddle, diddle, diddle. I don't know. It's like sending him to house. I don't know. Me personally, I can only speak for myself. I grew up Catholic, but I'm leaving the Catholic Church. I'm going to just, I believe in Jesus Christ, and I'm just going to keep it at that. I don't believe in all these rules and regulations and guidelines and if you do this, you can't do that. And then they're going out there going diddle, diddle, diddle. Diddle, diddle, diddle. Diddle, diddle, diddle. I don't know. But guess what's taking over? Satanism. The Satanic Temple is taking on the Christian right. Satan is a feminist now. So this is actually really happening, by the way. The devil works hard, but the Republican Party works even harder. Not a day seems to go by with an anti-zealots on the right advancing some cunning new plan to strip women of their bodily autonomy. So see how they're spinning it here? Ooh. The real evil is those who are trying to, don't you understand? Don't you know? As well as clinics, Republican states are trying to essentially health. On Friday, Missouri, Kansas, and Idaho renewed a legal push to drastically reduce access to what is it called? 𝗵𝗲𝗶𝗶 or something. Amid its hellscape, help may be at hand from a somewhat unlikely source. Satan. Satan's coming to help you guys. That sounds about right? Yeah, that makes sense. Or to be more accurate, and since the devil is in the details, the Satanic Temple. Founded in 2012, the Satanic Temple, which is not to be confused with very different Church of Satan, is not about devil worship. Rather, it is about raising hell to fight for freedom from the religious rights crusade, their beliefs on everyone else. Right now, we have a minority religious theocratic movement so entrenched in politics and getting away with whatever they want. Co-founder Lucian Greaves told The Guardian earlier this year, recognized as a religion by the IRS, the Satanic Temple uses the religious rights tactics and their victories against them. When a 10 Commandments monument was erected at the Oklahoma State Capitol in 2012, for example, the temple submitted an application to put a 7-foot-tall statue depicting Satan as Baphomet, a goat-headed figure with horns alongside it. You guys know about this? In its application, it argued that the decision to have the Ten Commandments monument paved the way for satanic representation. They weren't the only ones protesting. The satanical church of the flying spaghetti monster also requested a monument. God, this is getting ridiculous. In the end, the Ten Commandments statue was removed by order of the state Supreme Court, and the horned one did not get immortalized in Oklahoma. So they took them both down. Over the years, the Satanic Temple has taken on issues like prayer in the classroom, after class Bible study groups, and the distribution of Bibles in schools. Now, for obvious reasons, it's increasingly turning its not so evil on rights. In other words, it need know what I mean. And you know what I mean by that. I know all of you know what I mean by that. Oh, God. Nino, please quit using God in your sentences when you have no problem cussing. Get that person out of here. Rhonda Turner, bye. See you later. I don't need this shit in my chat. Rhonda Turner, bye. You like that? I'm like the bouncer on internet. I'm the internet bouncer. I just love these people, man. These people get to me, man. Tron Master, Black Swan event, thank you so much. So the Satanic Temple, as a core part of its religious beliefs, women are asked to recite a ritual. By my body, my blood, by my will, it is done. Before those to ward off unjust prosecution. See how they're changing this? See how they're making right, or they're making wrong is right? I mean, this is excuse me, but I feel like we are living in the end times. Am I wrong here? Please interview Bear Independent from YouTube Boots on the Ground. Hurricane Relief says river silt is toxic in cadaver. Okay, wow. Anthony Hummer, thank you. I will. So is it better to vote later or earlier? Man, I'm going to go later for me. Turkey nuggets? I heard McDonald's is going to have turkey nuggets. Really? I don't know. So how many of you have been following the Liam Payne One Direction? Liam Payne was dropped by his music label just days before drug-induced episode in Buenos Aires that ended his shock hotel fall of death. Liam Payne suffered a huge blow just days before his tragic death. He was dropped by his record label, Universal Music. The mail can reveal. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think this was a self-deletion, or do you think he was pushed? Originally signed to Sony as part of the One Direction, Liam penned a deal with Capitol Records, a label owned by Universal, in July. Oh, so he was dropped by Sony. Okay, so originally signed by Sony, then he went and signed with Capitol Records, owned by Universal, in July 2016 when he launched his solo career at 22 years old. Liam was said to have been thrilled when he signed with Capitol and what was understood to have been a very lucrative deal. The label is subsidiary of Universal, but the company's recent reshuffle, he came under the main label. Last night, guests staying in the same hotel as Payne shared chilling recollections of the moments leading to his death, including hearing violent noises and a scream. Speaking to the BBC, fellow guest Doug Jones claimed, "I thought they were working on the room. There was a lot of noise, like heavy lifting, like banging." Wow. That doesn't sound like someone who just jumps out of a window. Maybe he was throwing a temper tantrum and then he said, "Fuck it. Bing, I'm out." I don't know. And I saw hotel people going in and out of the room. So I thought they were doing work on the room. So he saw people going in and out of the room. So about 4 p.m., 4:30 p.m., I started hearing some more noise. I was still doing work, and I heard a really loud, violent scream around 4:45 p.m., 5 p.m. This doesn't sound like someone who self-deleted themselves, does it? Oh, he got self-deleted. He got self-deleted. He got deleted for trying to leave the club. I agree with you. That's what I think happened. With all this P. Diddy stuff going on, I'm just saying it's kind of fishy. Remember I said Around this time, going into November, December, January, there's going to be a lot of self-deleting happening. And I think maybe this could be one of them, maybe. So X Factor co-star hits out on Simon Cowell amid reports singer was recently dropped by label. Former X Factor contestant Katie 𝗬𝗂𝗧, how do you say her name? 𝗬𝗂𝗧𝗂𝗁, who appeared in the same series as Liam Payne and his One Direction bandmates, has hit out at show creator Simon Cowell following the singer's death. Payne died in a fall from the third-floor balcony of a hotel in Buenos Aires, Argentina on Wednesday, October 16th. 𝗬𝗂𝗧𝗂𝗁 shared a lengthy statement upon the news of Payne's death, calling him her dear friend and her confidant, who offered her support during some of her darkest moments while on the X Factor. Liam was kind, with a pure heart, a sharp mind, and the wisdom of an old soul, she said. His warmth and compassion left a lasting impact on everyone who had the privilege of knowing him. His tragic passing not only leaves an irreplaceable void in the hearts of those who loved him, but also serves as a painful reminder of the systemic neglect that persists in the industry. She continued that there are those who had responsibility to provide the care support necessary for the well-being of young artists, but too often the focus remained on profits rather than the people. This takes me to my career in a sense. When I got knifed in the throat, I'm not playing victim. This shit I feel I did to myself, but I had every reason to want to self-delete, if you know what I mean. And I thought about it quite often. But life is hard. There's no guarantee life's going to go any which way you think it is. It throws curveballs at you all the time. I guess that's what makes it interesting, right? But when I lost my identity, when I got knocked out, when I lost and my career was over, I was like, wow, where do I go from here? I spent 10 years, folks. Yes, 10 years of rock bottom. Fuck that. I hit rock bottom and found out it had a basement. I was in such a bad place. I was repelling people off me. I started doing drugs harder. I started drinking more. I didn't know what else. I didn't know what to do with my life. But I had a little burning coal inside me that said, believe in God, man. Just believe in God. You're going to get through this. You're being prepared for something much greater. And I made it through, and here I am doing this. And I don't know if this is the calling or what I'm supposed to be doing. I don't know. But I do know that I'm living a much more peaceful and better life now, changing my life, quitting drinking. So that's what I had to do. Nino, you're a wonderful son. Thank you. Lieutenant Dan, who gained fame riding out hurricanes on a boat, is arrested in Florida. Joseph Malinowski, who gained internet fame because of his risky decisions to ride out Hurricane Helene and Milton on his 20-foot sailboat, was arrested Friday on multiple charges, including failing to appear in court in Tampa, police said. Malinowski, 54, known as Lieutenant Dan, was arrested on 2 outstanding warrants for failure to appear in court and a misdemeanor charge of trespassing in a city park after warning police, said in the statement. Officers warned Malinowski on Thursday that he was creating a health hazard because he did not have an accessible marine sanitation device aboard his unregistered vessel and did not have record of proper disposal of waste, police said. He was told to leave the Bayshore Linear Park and dock, but was still there Friday morning, police said. Malinowski was taken to the Hallsburg County Jail and his vessel was impounded, police said. He remained jailed as of Friday afternoon, according to facility record. It was not clear if he had an attorney. Lieutenant Dan. All right, let's get to what the fuck news. In what the fuck news, sugar shock. The average person, now I didn't know this. Guess how much the average person consumes of sugar each year? The average person. I'm not talking about obese people. I'm not talking about overweight people. I'm talking about just about the average person. 20 pounds. That's you're still far off. How about what would you believe if I said 80 pounds of sugar? 80. Well, you guys are 1,000 pounds. I mean, well, I don't know. Some people probably do. We all get the occasional sugar craving, but a new survey finds that most Americans have gone completely overboard when it comes to sweet treats and drinks. In a startling revelation, the average American consumes an astonishing 36,000 grams of sugar per year, equivalent to nearly 80 pounds. So what does cancer live off of? Sugar. This eye-opening statistic emerges from a poll of 2,000 Americans conducted by the Talker Research on behalf of Hint Water, shedding light on the nation's sugar habits and their surprising impact on hydration levels. The study found that the typical American ingests 99 grams of sugar daily, surpassing the sugar content of 2 12-ounce cans of soda. Damn, and I've been drinking Coca-Cola a lot lately. This excessive consumption comes despite 85% of respondents actively working to reduce their sugar intake. I'm going to be having 𝗬𝗂𝗰𝗶𝗹 come back on again to talk about what you could replace sugar with. And no, it's not Diet Coke. The survey also revealed that 34% of respondents, the majority of their daily sugar intake in beverages comes from their monitoring their morning coffee. So that's why I'm drinking black coffee now, by the way. Another 28 say that soda makes up most of their liquid consumption. You know, I'm drinking black coffee now. I'm liking it less and less with cream and sugar. I'm starting to get away from that. I just like my coffee black. Once you go black, you don't go back. Is that what they say? I don't know. But I'm definitely not having cream. I'm starting to do less cream with my coffee. If I do it, it's just like a little treat. But I'm starting to really appreciate. If it's a good tasting coffee, I like it. If you really want to taste the coffee, try it black. Get used to it. It tastes good. Coca-Cola is. I Coca-Cola, David? Yes, David. Hi, David. Do you like Coca? Hi, David. David. The survey explored the emotional triggers behind sugar cravings, with stress is 39%, boredom is 36%, fatigue is 24%, and loneliness 17%, topping the list. Damn. When experiencing these cravings, respondents reported feeling anxious, 23%, irritable, 22%, impatient, 20%, and unproductive, 20%. I bet Matt's on the list too. Perhaps most alarmingly, the average person can only resist a sugar craving for 13 minutes before giving into it. Some go to extreme lengths to satisfy their sweet tooth, from 12% of respondents admitting they'll make time in their busy schedules no matter what to obtain a sweet treat. Man, you know what I do whenever I'm feeling like that? I just go hit the treadmill, man. I make myself go work out. Once you just go to the gym and just show up to the gym, just being at the gym, it just takes its course. You don't need to go crazy. You don't need to do anything like that. Just walk on the treadmill and let it go organically. Let's say, sometimes I just tell myself, when you think about working out, you're like, oh, I don't feel like going to the gym and just going balls to the wall. Just go to the gym and start walking on the treadmill at a 3.1 or a 3.3 and just see what you feel like after that. Just walk. And then maybe when you're walking, you'll be like, you know what? I'll just finish a good 20-minute walk or a 30-minute walk. Or as you're walking, you'll be like, you know what? Maybe I'll pick up a little sweater. Maybe I'll start jogging a little bit and just do that for a couple minutes and then start walking again. Do it slow. Don't think that you have to go out there and just destroy yourself on the treadmill or the gym. Just go and just tell yourself you're just going to go there and have a nice recreational, just feel good workout. Just see what you feel like doing. That's what I do. That's how I psych myself out to the gym. And then I get to the gym and I start doing some really light stuff that I'm like, you know what? I'll go a little harder. And then boom. And the next thing you know, I'm like, yeah. All right, folks. I'm out of here. I'm going to jump on with Juanito. I think I have Alpha Warrior today. I have 𝗬𝗫𝗀𝗍 Perez today. We're going to be talking about some entertainment news. Yeah. I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna hit the gym. Do things like that. Go see my parents. Go take care of them for a little bit. Whew, I needed these last 3 days, man. I needed to catch up on sleep, and I had some doctor's appointments. But I really told myself I'm going to rest. I need rest. Otherwise, I'm going to be no good to anybody. And that's what I did. It took about 5 days to get my mood back because my mood was so terrible. I was in the gutter, folks. With everything going on with my family and everything that's happening right now, you have no idea. Sometimes I wake up in the morning, I just lay there and stare at the ceiling fan, and I'm like, oh, what am I doing? All right, guys, I'm out of here. And the new heavyweight champion of podcasting and the black sheep of broadcasting, baby. I'm out of here, folks. Later.